Whether this is your first time here or your first time back in a while, I want you to hear this from me, clearly and gently. You're not late. You're just logging in now, and that's more than enough. No tutorial required, no perfect loadout, just press play. This is between the save points. No filter, no final form necessary. Welcome to my fellow in-betweeners. I'm your host, Shima. This is a bonus episode. You, me, and a message I hope finds you right on time. Because whether you're just discovering this podcast or coming back after a pause or catching up in the middle of a wild season, I want to say this out loud for the both of us. You're not behind. You didn't miss a secret quest or fail some hidden mission. You're in the game, and that's what matters. You're not off track. You're not out of sync. You're loading right on time for your next chapter now. And now is a beautiful place to begin. We live in a world that says you have to catch up. You have to keep up. You have to stay consistent or else it doesn't count. But this space, this podcast, this whole corner of the internet we're building, it says come as you are. No checklist required. You don't need to start at episode 1, listen in order, or explain your pause or your play style. You're allowed to skip around as much as you see fit. This isn't a main quest with strict objectives. It's more like an open world, and you get to explore it at your pace. You're allowed to binge. You're allowed to pause for a month. You are allowed to come back with a new notebook and a cup of tea. This isn't school. This isn't a test. This is your life. And in this game, you're both the player and the story. You're healing. You're remembering. You're growing. And however you choose to re-engage, it's valid. Because logging in now isn't about being on schedule. It's about showing up for yourself in real time on your time. And here's the truth I wish more of us heard. You are allowed to be in process. You are allowed to not be sure. You are allowed to still be figuring it out. And you're allowed to be a little late to your own party. That doesn't make you broken. That makes you real. And when I say between the save points, I mean the phase where you're figuring it out as you go. The in-betweens, that part of the game where the map still feels foggy, but you keep moving anyway. The part of the game where you're not fully healed, not fully leveled up, but still choosing to move forward. This show isn't here to fix you. Think of it more like a co-op game. You don't have to play it solo. It's here to walk with you. So even you just landed here today, even if you've been listening quietly in the background, even if this is the only episode you ever hear, let this be a reminder. Your growth doesn't have to be loud to be real. Your return doesn't have to be dramatic to be valid. Your story is still unfolding, and that is enough. So if you've been wondering where to begin again, maybe this is it. This episode's mini mission. If you've been here before, you already know what this is. But if you haven't, each episode I'll offer you a small but meaningful action to take. A checkpoint to help you slow down, notice where you are on the map, and keep moving with intention. This mission is simple, and honestly, you've already done it. You showed up. You pressed play. You logged in. But if you want a next step, here it is. Take one small action to re-enter your own story. Maybe that's journaling. Maybe that's a walk without the pressure to think. Or maybe it's messaging someone who makes you feel seen. Consider this a side quest, one that feeds your main story. Let that action be small, but let it be yours. And let it be enough. Understand that the magic of logging in now is that it reminds us life is not a race to readiness. It's a rhythm of return. Every time you choose to come back to yourself, whether it's after 10 minutes or 10 months, you're rebuilding trust with your own inner compass. So if you needed a sign, This is it. Not to be perfect, not to prove anything. You don't need max stats or full health to rejoin the game. Just the courage to respawn and try again. Remember, you're allowed to begin again. Right now, right here, as many times as you want to or need to. And before we log out, let me offer you this save point. At the end of every episode, we'll stop to take a moment of reflection. Think of it as a journal prompt, a moment to pause, think, and take inventory of where you are on the journey. This isn't about tying things up with a bow. It's about checking in with yourself, honestly, gently, fully. As you pause here, consider this. What part of me is ready to re-enter the story, even if I don't feel ready? Where have I been waiting for perfection when presence would be enough? Give yourself time to think about it, reflect on it, journal it, own it. Consider this your personal checkpoint, not a cutscene, not a milestone, just a pause to see what you've picked up along the way. Take your time. These questions aren't meant to pressure you. They're meant to hold you, to remind you that your now matters. Your willingness matters. You matter. This is the end of the episode. Thanks for being here. If this episode hit home, I'd love for you to share it with someone who's just logging back into their own life. Someone who needs the reminder you're not late. Whenever you find this podcast, whether it's the day it drops or years from now, this message will still be true. There's no race, no right way, just rhythm, and the courage to log in again. Come back when you need to, pause when you need to, grow however you grow. Whatever part of the map you're on, just know logging in now still counts. It always will, and if no one's told you lately, I'm glad you're here. Tag me at Between the Save Points and use the hashtag logging in now. Leave a review or a voice note and let me know you were here so I can cheer you on. And if you haven't yet, hit subscribe, because next we're talking about letting go of who you thought you had to be, dropping the default skin, and customizing your avatar for real. No guidebook needed, just curiosity, courage, and a willingness to press start again and again. Until then, trust your timing, honor your rhythm, keep returning. No filter, no final form necessary. I'll see you at the next checkpoint.